Selling even one of these guns could be the most expensive quick cash decision you ever make. Because once they're gone, you may never be able to afford getting them back. In 2025, guns are more than tools or toys. They're rolling pieces of history, mechanical art, and in many cases, better long-term stores of value than what's sitting in your savings account. Some of them are tied to legendary wars, others to elite special operations, and a few look so unassuming that people trade them away for pennies, only to realize years later they let a future classic slip through their fingers. This list is about preventing that regret. If you own any of these 17 firearms, think twice, maybe 3 times, before you ever consider selling. Let's start with a rifle that literally packs itself away and floats if you drop it in the lake. The Henry AR-7 survival rifle looks like something you might toss in a trunk and forget about, but that's exactly why it's dangerous to underestimate. Designed by Eugene Stoner, the same mind behind the AR-15 platform, the AR-7 was originally intended as a compact survival rifle for downed Air Force pilots. It breaks down into barrel, receiver, and magazine, and every piece locks into its hollow buttstock, shrinking the whole thing into a 16-inch package that's light, watertight, and buoyant. If the AR-7 is the quiet survival hero, the Marlin 336 is the lever-action icon you'll kick yourself for selling the moment deer season comes around. Introduced in 1948, the 336 has anchored American hunting camps for generations. With its classic .30-30 chambering, rugged construction, and fast-cycling lever action. Modern iterations with stainless steel and laminate stocks add weather resistance without losing that old-school charm. And features like ghost ring sights and optics rails bring it right into the 2025 hunting world. Now, imagine holding a piece of World War II history that still shoots, as well as many modern rifles. That's the Karabiner 98K. The Kar 98K was the standard-issue German rifle in World War II, chambered in the hard-hitting 7.92 by 57 Mauser. It's known for its rugged reliability, smooth bolt, and battlefield accuracy, and a good, unmolested example carries both historical and financial weight. Every year, more of these rifles get sporterized, parted out, or locked away in permanent collections. From battlefield history to classic wheelgun elegance, the Smith & Wesson Model 25-2 is exactly the kind of revolver that looks old school to some and irreplaceable to others. Introduced in the 1950s as a target revolver in .45 ACP, it rides on the beefy end frame and feeds from half-moon or full-moon clips, giving you quick reloads with a big-bore cartridge that's still widely available today. Speaking of revolvers with soul, the Colt Diamondback is one of those guns that people used to walk past in display cases and now hunt for like buried treasure. Built from the mid-1960s to the late 80s, the Diamondback came in .22 LR and .38 Special, with barrel lengths from snub-nose carry to 6-inch target configurations. It wears a ventilated rib, full underlug, wide hammer, and fully adjustable sights, giving it a sleek, baby python aesthetic that's become hugely desirable with collectors. Now, what if you're more into modern carry pistols than wood and blued steel? Even then, some modern designs are aging into future classics, and the CZP-10C is a prime example. Launched to go head-to-head with the king of compact duty pistols, the Glock 19, the P-10C came out swinging with a crisp trigger, excellent ergonomics, and a 15+1 capacity in 9mm. On the complete other end of the handgun spectrum sits the H&K Mark 23, a pistol so overbuilt it almost feels like a dare. Developed for U.S. Special Operations Command, this .45 ACP monster was designed around extreme reliability, brutal endurance testing, and suppressed use in the harshest conditions. We're talking about a gun that endured tens of thousands of rounds in testing, with match-grade accuracy and a threaded barrel ready for serious work. If you sell one, you're not just selling a gun, you're giving up a piece of elite military design philosophy that's unlikely to ever be duplicated in the same way again. If you appreciate revolvers but want something more practical, versatile, and still collectible, the Smith & Wesson Model 686 hits that sweet spot. Introduced in 1980 and built on the stainless L frame, the 686 handles full-house .357 Magnum while still being comfortable enough to shoot soft .38 Special all day. Its corrosion-resistant construction, adjustable sights, and balanced weight made it a favorite of law enforcement officers and serious shooters alike. Over time, the 686 line has branched into multiple barrel lengths and configurations, but across the board, it has held a reputation for reliability and shootability. Let's move from handguns to shotguns that you'll absolutely miss when you need something that just works. The Beretta 1301 is a semi-automatic 12-gauge that has become a go-to choice for law enforcement, competitors, and serious home defense shooters. Its gas-operated system cycles fast, keeps recoil manageable, and keeps you on target for quick follow-up shots, all while staying compact and maneuverable. Next up is a pistol that has already written its name into service pistol history, the SIG Sauer P226. Introduced in the 1980s, the P226 was built for durability, accuracy, and high capacity, with a double-stack magazine and a double-action, single-action trigger system. It became a serious contender in military trials and went on to be adopted by elite units and law enforcement agencies around the world. Now consider the Mossberg 590, a pump-action shotgun with a reputation for toughness that borders on legendary. Often used by military and police, the 590's heavy-walled barrel, dual-action bars, and generous magazine tube make it a serious choice for defense and duty. Ambidextrous safety placement, simple manual of arms, and a host of configurations, from plain bead sight guns to fully set-up tactical models, make it incredibly adaptable. Of course, any list like this has to include the Remington 870. Introduced in 1950, the 870 is one of the best-selling pump shotguns in history, with millions produced and used for hunting, sport, law enforcement, and home defense. Its steel receiver, dual-action bars, and strong aftermarket support have made it a true build-it-your-way platform. Climbing up into full-power battle rifle territory, the HNK G3 sits as one of the most influential 7.6 2x51 NATO rifles ever fielded. Developed in the 1950s and widely adopted across the globe, the G3 uses a roller-delayed blowback system that helped define HNK's future rifle designs. Millions have been produced, licensed, and exported, making it a staple in Cold War and post-Cold War conflicts. For collectors and enthusiasts, a genuine G3, or high-quality civilian clone, isn't just a shooter. It's a representation of an era of robust steel and wood battle rifles that modern lightweight platforms simply don't replicate. If the G3 represents one branch of battle rifle evolution, the FNSCARH, also known as the MK17, represents the slick, modular, modern counterpart. Built for U.S. special operations, chambered in 7.62 by 51 NATO, and using a short-stroke gas piston, the SCAR-H delivers reliability in harsh conditions with excellent accuracy. Its folding, adjustable stock, fully ambidextrous controls, and monolithic rail system make it adaptable to nearly any mission profile or shooter preference. Then there's the AR-15, the most modular rifle platform in civilian hands today. Originally introduced in the late 1950s, and evolving through decades of military and commercial use, the AR-15 has become a blank canvas for shooters. Calibers, barrel lengths, triggers, stocks, nearly every component can be swapped, upgraded, or tuned to specific roles, from precision shooting to home defense to competition. That flexibility, combined with a vast ecosystem of aftermarket parts, means a well-set-up AR-15 isn't just a rifle. It's your rifle, built around your preferences. Right behind it in legendary status is the AKM, the modernized stamped receiver evolution of the original AK-47. Built to be lighter, easier, and cheaper to mass produce, while retaining the AK's bomb-proof reliability in harsh conditions, the AKM became the standard rifle for countless countries. Chambered in 7.62 by 39, it strikes a balance between manageable recoil, solid terminal performance, and practical range. The AKM's global spread and cultural presence are unmatched, but that doesn't mean good examples are easy to find. And finally, there's the Glock 17, the pistol that changed everything. Introduced in the early 1980s, this full-size 9mm with a polymer frame and striker-fired action redefined what a duty handgun could be. It brought high capacity, lightweight, corrosion resistance, and simple operation into one package that police and militaries around the world embraced. The Safe Action system keeps the manual of arms straightforward while still incorporating multiple internal safeties. With a standard 17-round magazine, excellent parts availability, and a reputation for surviving round counts that would choke other pistols, the Glock 17 has become the benchmark against which other service pistols are judged. They're chapters of firearms history, trusted tools in bad situations, and, in many cases, appreciating assets. Once they leave your hands, they may never come back, at least not for a price or in a condition you'll be happy with. Hold on to them now, and years from today, you won't just be glad you kept the gun, you'll be glad you kept the story, the history, and the value that came with it.